Welcome back, everybody, to the Grand Shamrock Tour. My name is John, and if you found me here today, it's because you were looking for a solution to installing a USB port plug on your motorcycle. And so, Carolyn?
Yeah, hey.
We have Carolyn's bike here, whose name is?
Nomad.
Nomad. I love that name.
Had a lot of good suggestions.
Yeah. So, Carolyn, why did you want a USB port on your bike?
Well, I love Google Maps and be able to keep my phone charged for maps.
Yeah. Well, and we live in a world where technology is kind of critical. Even if you're trying to stay off-road and off the grid, you still have to have that. So, would you mind putting your
my SOU editor hat?
There you go.
It's on.
Put it on. And so we've made the video. Carolyn's going to show you how we put it together while I describe that process for you here. So, why did we use the factory BMW USB port? Because it's a simple plug and play. And what I mean by simple plug and play, well, the only thing simple was the plug, and then it plays. These actually come off really easy. I'm just extra cautious because it's her bike, and I'm not going to scratch it.
Ooh.
Like I said in the previous segment, I don't know how she's going to edit this together, but I want to make sure that I take the side headlight bolts out first, because it just gives you a little bit better access to the 5mm which are underneath. And then I just use, like I said, a ball end Allen, and it just makes it a little bit easier to get in there. It is anything but a direct shot. And then what I found is that the headlight adjustment pivots. So I simply pivot it into the more convenient location for me to get these bolts loose. You still have to take your time and gently finesse everything. And what I mean by that is this. You've got 4 headlight retaining bolts, 2 on the side, 2 on the bottom, and they're held with a series of flanges. There's some metal flanges. Remove those 4 bolts, and then you start to gently finesse that headlight out, making sure that all the points of contact are felt. Gently rock it until you get that headlight out. Once you've got it out, disconnect the headlight. The reason being, that headlight is, we've been told, upwards of $2,000. Well, you don't want to drop your headlight putting in a $40 USB port. So, we put it to the side. Then, the next thing we did is we located the 2 auxiliary plugs that are located behind the left-hand side of the helmet. We're only going to use one of them, so we zip tied the other one into a nice secure location, and then we drilled our hole. I did a pilot hole right in the center of the face, the facade of our dash, and then I used a step-up drill. Now, I'm going to put down here in the bottom in the description the actual size we ended up going to. Now, it's a standard size, and it's obviously going to be a metric hole, but you can't find a metric step-up bit, so you just use the one you get from Harbor Freight for a couple bucks, and it works fantastic. USB port has a key on it, and what I mean by that is it's got a pin that locks it in position so that it doesn't spin around and rotate. So you have to just make an accommodation for that. So after we make our hole, all I did was just cut a little tiny slot for that key, an index, so to speak, and that will make it so that this doesn't spin once we do the backing nut. Worked great. So we drill that hole. Once we've got that in, go ahead and place the USB port in its location and plug it in. Now, before you start assembling everything back together, test it out. So we simply ran it, tested the phone. We used a phone. We got a software update coming in from Apple. Plug in, USB ports in, plug in. No green light, no power. And we got power. So that's awesome. So again, why did we go with factory BMW? It's because it's going to make sense. It's going to work. We don't have to worry about this is going to work for your GPS device. It works for anything that's going to use a USB port. Tested it, made sure everything was great, and now we go back to the reinstall. And the reinstall was, like I said, that word finesse comes into play again. You really want to make sure that all the flanges are in position, and then plug your headlight in, rock it back in, and again, gently massage it to where it gets right to where it lines up again, making sure that none of the flanges got dislocated or fallen out along the way. Once you've done that, it's 4 bolts, and tighten everything up, make sure you're secure again. Reinstall your SRC Moto headlight guard because, like I said, $2,000 headlight, you don't want a headlight, you don't want to mess with that. And then, Carolyn?
Yeah. Am I ready?
You got everything ready to go. You can see you got your plug, your USB port.
John, you always get me fixed up.
There you go.
I love it.
Well, and it's simple as that, guys. Happy wife, happy life. And
on that note, travel safe.
And we'll see you out on the road.